right, we are back, folks. Lakeside High School, the scene of Game Night Live, our first broadcast of the year. It is going to be third down for the Panthers. The flag is down. The pass is caught, but it is third down. And so it was short, but there is a flag down.
We'll see what the call is here.
It's a sideline warning against Lakeside.
Second one against
Okay,
Lakeside.
we're not
there.
going to penalize them 5 either.
And just want to remind folks, you can watch the game live on your smartphone, see replays, watch the play-by-play broadcast from WJBF TV. And the best part about it, it's all free from WJBF News Channel 6. Just go to the App Store on your smartphone, download the WJBF High School Sports app, and click on Game Night Live to catch all the action all season long, all 13 games.
There you go. All right, well, they did not penalize them. They picked up the flag. It was a sideline warning. They could have given them 5 yards. They did not. So Lakeside looks like they're going to punt here on 4th and short. Back in their own, deep in their own territory, they decide they're going to punt it here. So Connor Staten will punt it. So right after this punt, we'll check in with Stephanie French. And Staten's punt is a good one. And it'll go out of bounds at about the 30 or so, the 20 or so. I'll tell you what, let's go down to Stephanie. She's got more on the app that Matt was talking about a moment ago. Steph?
Hey guys, well of course, like you guys were just talking about, it's very, very easy to download this app. Just go to the Play Store or the Apple Store, download the WJBF app and go to the video section. You'll be able to do the live streaming there. I've got it right up on my phone right here. It is a little bit behind from what's actually going on in the field right now, but you do see a clear picture, really easy to use. So if you guys are on the road, want to catch one of the other games in the area that we are broadcasting, it's easy to do that. Great picture. I'm watching the game right here on the phone on the sideline, so back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot. Plus, most phones these days, man, have a volume button. So if you get sick of us, you can cut it down and watch the game.
But again, let us reiterate, we don't recommend that.
No,
you're going to miss
God,
the best part.
You're missing so much good stuff.
But in that, so she has the best seat in the house, and she's watching this game on her phone?
That shows you how good it is. Way to sell it, Steph. All right, there you go.
But that is a good point, though, able to, maybe go to another game, but still able to catch this game on the app.
So Lakeside punts it again, and it's caught, and that is Bell. DeJuan Bell this time has a little running room. He's bobbled a couple of punts tonight. Bell with a great cutback. Bell still on his feet, and Bell is going to give North Augusta. He's still going. Bell might be gone. What a run. Early nominee for Player of the Year, maybe, from DeJuan Bell. And it's a North Augusta touchdown on the punt return from Bell. He is a sophomore, but, man, he utilized the entire field.
And we got
I don't know how long that was. All right, it was 55 yards, but he ran about 90.
Yes. Again, not necessarily something you want to make a habit of doing because, again, that's a whole lot of running, and a lot of times you pick up, good enough yardage running straight ahead. But right there, again, it's always worth it when the payoff's a touchdown, right?
I see Steve Churm there. Looked like that was Coach Churm that was congratulating him. His son, the former quarterback at North Augusta back in the late 90s, I believe, Will Churm. And there's a player down on the field.
And they're helping him up now. Let's see who it is.
And it looks like
number 22 there for Lakeside.
MJ Arnold. Also coming up in just a moment, we're going to have our second installment of our East Georgia State College Scholar of the Game. This time we'll focus on North Augusta. That'll be coming up in just a few moments. Of course, the Lakeside winner was Lakeside senior quarterback Nick Patterson. So now we got the extra point here. So North Augusta's Nick Clary to kick the extra point. High snap, and it is blocked. They didn't have time to get it down on the high snap. Well, that's one issue North Augusta will be working on. They have had some troubles with their extra point game tonight.
Yeah. Well, and the holder did a good job of getting the ball down.
Yeah.
If you're the kicker, you just have to stay with it and still try to make the kick right there. But again, it's that weird area of do you yell hot, and now that you want to run a 2-point conversion, but a lot of times that's what you're forced to do if you have a high snap like that. But still something that they'll work on. And again, you always think that whatever didn't go right is the stuff you have to work on. Even positive things are still learning experiences.
You're fine-tuning.
And just because you had something go well for you, you take that return. Okay, that was an incredible return, but you still want to do your system of have your right people setting up the blocks and running behind your blocks, and it was an incredible effort. But who knows what Coach Thomas really wants out of that special teams unit on that specific play.
He wants a touchdown.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Right.
Well, and also keep in mind that Bell had bobbled 2 or 3 of the last punts as well.
Yeah, you would look at it on paper and say, well, goodness, you had a touchdown on special teams. You had a great special teams night. Well, that's not always the case.
So North Augusta kicks it off. Lakeside will get the ball. They trail it as I believe that was Stokes on the return. They trail it by 25, 32 unanswered points from the Yellow Jackets. Well, folks, I told you that we would be doing this. We're going to go back on the field here in just a moment. We'll have our East Georgia State College Scholar of the Game from North Augusta High School. We'll try to get it coming up after this play. And this GPA is pretty impressive. The throw is incomplete. The Scholar athlete from North Augusta has a 5.1 GPA. And his coach sent me a message and said he's not only a great kid, a future leader. And he is number 86 for the North Augusta Yellow Jackets. The Scholar athlete of the game is Nick Butler of North Augusta.
Obviously, caught telling telling a very compelling story at the moment.
No, he's talking about politics. He's saying, hey, do you like Trump or what?
Yeah,
so
I mean.
Game's in hand. He's trying to,
you got a game going on. Why not talk local politics? I didn't even know 5.15 was possible.
5.15. I didn't give him credit. That's basically 5.2.
I mean, let's round up for the kid.
I
always thought it was 4.0.
I always fought for that extra 0.5, but that was so I could be eligible.
Right.
not so I could win an award.
Nobody worked harder for that 0.5 come the season than you did.
0.5, baby.
That'll make you stay after class.
Nah, congratulations to both Nick Patterson and Nick Butler, our East Georgia State College Scholars of the Game. Oh, and they try to pitch it back there to Patterson. And boy, you just don't try that. The play was already busted, and now they lose more yardage. There's Maddox, who's had a good game tonight with an interception, and he saved North Augusta on a play where the ball was fumbled deep in their own territory by the punt return man, DeJuan Bell. And he goes back and recovers it inside the 5. Had he not done that, Lakeside gets the ball. Who knows? This game could be a little different. But the Jackets are in control right now, under 9 minutes to go in the game. Patterson to throw it. And again, he's pressured, and now he's brought down. And now I think all the times dropping back and getting pressured may be taking its toll on Patterson a bit.
Yeah, and again, the way you count, touches for running backs, because they're probably hit each and every time.
Yeah.
Again, those same numbers added for Nick Patterson as well, in terms of getting hit and going to the ground. You can only get up so many times before it just wears you down.
So, Lakeside, Patterson in a shotgun still. Of course, been there all night. Looks like Coley back there behind him, the big fella. Coley is 5'10", 250. Patterson going downfield with one. He's got a man up for grabs, and it's intercepted. That's interception number 2 for Maddox. And, Maddox took a shot at the end of the play. Gray Nichols was one of the men that got there. Maddox, though, with his second pick of the night, and that's interception number 3 for North Augusta.
And, again, that's why he's one of the top players, not only on his side of the river, but in the entire area in terms of defensive back. When you have his size and you're able to jump like that and catch like that, that's a lot of pressure on the offense.
He's a tall, I know he plays safety, but he's maybe a corner at the next level, but he's a tall corner at 6'1".
Absolutely.
We got to start thinking about offensive and defensive players of the game. And I tell you what, defense, you got Rashad Bird with the interception return for the touchdown. You got Maddox with 2 interceptions. North Augusta going to run the football here. And that ball's coughed up, and I think Lakeside got it. Let's see. Yeah, they did. Lakeside got the football. It was recovered. Well, I was going to try and see. I can't see who got it.
And again, the big part of these games for North Augusta, especially this one, you have to learn. You don't know how to win a game yet. This is your first game, and even though you think you have this one in the bag, you still don't know how to win it yet. And that's the kind of stuff that you have to work on, and only game reps will prove that, as you see right there, getting a little lazy on taking care of the ball when you've done such a good job the entire game of really just running the clock down, wearing Lakeside's defense out by running the ball, and then you turn it over like that. And that, again, just more stuff they can look at on film next week.
They're giving the kids a water break here. Oh, and by the way, Nathan gave me a great stat a moment ago. Lakeside High School in their first drive had 57 yards. Since then, they've got a total of 119. They bogged down a little bit, and a lot of it has to do with the line of scrimmage from North Augusta pressuring Patterson. It's resulted in 3 interceptions tonight. He's also had some drop balls in his defense as well.
Yeah, he's had at least 3 that were dropped, and then early on he was able to run the ball from the option look fairly well, but then North Augusta sort of put pressure on that, and then his main runs had to come from just kind of broken plays running around. And again, that's what you want to see if you're a North Augusta fan. Okay, you're getting beat by some stuff. Well, figure it out, circle the wagons, and eliminate it. And they've, for the most part, done that. Now it's just the mental aspect of being able to play with a lead and finish games.
7:29 to go. They pitch it out, and nowhere to go there. I don't know that Lakeside has the speed to run that play. North Augusta is just a quicker team. And that was Bingham, the sophomore. They were trying to get him around the corner there and just nowhere to go.
Yeah, 2 defenders there. Again, for Lakeside, it's gonna come down to eliminating mistakes and making the most of opportunities when they're given to them. But most importantly, again, not shooting yourself in the foot. And early on in this game, with those big, giving the first downs to North Augusta on 4th down twice, with just silly penalties, that's stuff that they're going to have to eliminate. Did you see frustration from Nick Patterson there?
Snap, false start.
Flag on Lakeside. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, by the way. Number 21, the young running back athlete for Lakeside, Jamar Bingham. Lakeside a couple of years ago had Javion Bingham, who played in the Border Bowl and terrific athlete. Got to be related in some way, I would assume. And if he works hard like the older Bingham did in the weight room, he's going to be just fine. He's only 140 pounds. He's only a 10th grader. That's kind of what Javion was known for, his work in the weight room, just strong as could be for his size. He was one of Coach Troxler's favorite players back a couple years back. And
Patterson run to the sideline there, able to stay up. And I think they're throwing a flag on Patterson. It looked like he was trying to maybe throw it to the ref, but the ball ricocheted off of North Augusta player. I'll see if that's what
Number
they thought
10.
his intentions were.
Mask. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 10.
And you saw the frustration earlier, him kind of slamming the ball after the false start. It's not necessarily the kind of, regardless of the situation, that's not what you want out of your quarterback. But it's better to learn those lessons now early in the season than later on.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, stick around down on the field. Not only will Stephanie Prince talk to the victorious coach, but she will also have our offensive and defensive players of the game brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Here's Patterson still running hard.
And as always, if you miss any of tonight's broadcasts of WJBF Sports Game Night Live, catch the rebroadcast. WJBF News Channel 6 this Sunday at 12:30. And as always, we're better the second time around.
No doubt about it. Like a good pot of spaghetti.
Oh, I had 10 o'clock is when this thing was going to go off the rails, but you beat me. 10:15.
There you go. All right, under 6 minutes to go for the Panthers and a timeout on the field. We'll take a break with them. We'll be back. North Augusta leads 32-7, fourth quarter of Game Night Live.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we're back at Lakeside High School where the Panthers tonight jumped on the board early, 7-0. But since then, it has been all North Augusta. The Yellow Jackets lead it 32-7. The Panthers are in punting formation. That means North Augusta will get the ball back here in all likelihood and see if they try to eat this clock up and get out of here with a win and nobody hurt. And Connor Staten angles it to the sidelines, and it will bounce out of bounds at the 36, maybe the 37, and it will be the 37. So that's where North Augusta will take over. Now, if you're North Augusta, some of the bright spots, you've got a special teams touchdown. You've got a defensive touchdown. Your young quarterback made a couple of plays, a touchdown pass and run. So there are some things to build on if you're Coach Thomas.
Yeah, and what you always want is especially early in the season, and you got a younger, Washington younger kid at quarterback. You want to be able to have pros and cons, and they seem to have a decent spread tonight of good and bad stuff they can learn from, and then you always want to have some positive stuff too as well because again, they've done a lot of good things tonight as well. But kind of a good first game for North Augusta in terms of sort of finding out what their team is. Because, again, you can go to a jamboree. You can do any of those things, but it does not matter until the game really counts. And North Augusta showing that tonight and showing up.
We got a new quarterback in the game. Nico Williams, number 12, is in there. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. He's a junior. And so number 12, there he is. Nico Williams in the game now for North Augusta. And he's going to hand the ball off as North Augusta keeps it on the ground here and the clock keeps running. Running the football that time was number 14, Tavion Davis. So the Jackets look like they're going to open their season with a victory over Lakeside, just as they did a year ago. Lakeside is off next week. They've got a bye week. And they will have plenty of stuff to work on because they struggled in a few different areas tonight. A lot of new players on the squad. Guys having to step up for guys, not just guys that were starters last year, but guys that were starters for 2 and 3, and in some cases 4 years.
Very high performers. Again, especially for Patterson at quarterback, because, it's different carrying, being the quarterback of a team when you might not go out for a series, when you're doing a punt return because the kid runs it back.
Yeah,
again, you're used to, who knows what might happen. You might get
they had 2 linemen that were stalwarts, all area players.
Yeah.
So you got time to throw, and then when you do throw it up, oh, by the way, you got B.J. Raymond and Stephon Husa and some guys who are going to make the plays.
So it's kind of more of a fresh start. You kind of have to learn. And again, the injured player for Lakeside, hopefully going to get him back the next couple weeks. But, you're very accustomed to him throughout the summer and really throughout your entire high school career. I know they were teammates on the JV team when they were freshmen.
Rashad Bird punting it away. So the ball is down at about the 26, and that's where Lakeside will take over. And Nathan had a good point. One of the backups for Lakeside at quarterback is Nick Reed, and he got hurt earlier in the game. Remember, he got hit on the punt.
Yeah.
On the early hit from Britt Thomas. So it looks like they're going to have to leave Nick Patterson in there. Oh, hold on. Do they have a new one in there or not? I can't see. Nick Patterson is in there. So unable to take him out because the backup that's been working with the offense is unable to play.
Sure.
As a matter of fact, those are the only 2 quarterbacks on the roster. Now, the third quarterback, they have a freshman named that's going to be a good one. And remember the name, a nice cut by Stokes. He had a great run in the first half, and I was a little surprised we didn't see him more. He did have a couple of penalties, but remember the name, though, Will Childers. He's a freshman here. He's the third-string quarterback and the JV quarterback, but he's going to be a heck of a football and baseball player here at Lakeside. His dad, Matt Childers, played professional baseball for over a decade, including stints with both the Milwaukee Brewers and the Atlanta Braves in the majors. And Matt was a great, great player at Westside High School. He was a 9th-round pick out of high school by Milwaukee back in 1997. And his son Will was terrific last year on the Lakeside Middle School team. And Patterson's going to just slide down. And
and just trying to get this one past you if you're Lakeside.
Yeah, this is where you don't want to get anybody hurt. Let the clock run. If you run up the middle and get a big play, great. Kind of odd play there.
Well, and a very dangerous play.
And
again, that's dangerous because it kind of leaves your quarterbacks kind of out to dry there.
Yeah. They snapped the ball, and nobody was ready. Everybody was kind of standing around, but the play was good. So it's
again,
third and
surprised not trying to get some other guys some carries here to try and
well, I don't know that they planned on Patterson running it there. I don't know.
Right.
But you're right.
Maybe
I mean, why run him at all?
Yeah, I would say he's probably had enough reps this game.
So Patterson. And he's going to be brought down from behind here.
And again, you kind of see him. He's worn out.
He's a step slower now than he was at the beginning of the game. He's been worn down by that line. Number 45 made the play there. That's Dalton Toller, a junior, 6 foot, 200 pounds. So Lakeside will punt it away again. Connor Staten getting a little bit of a workout today. There you see Hunter Bentley right there with the cast on his foot, the diminutive running back / receiver. He's a good athlete, and he'll help this team in that slot receiver position. Don't let the size fool you. And just got his full cast off. He's in kind of a little temporary, and they're hoping to have him ready in a few weeks. Low snap. Staten gets it, and it's going to take a nice Lakeside bounce inside the 20. We'll take a quick timeout here. When we come back, the final 55 seconds or so. Game Night Live, North Augusta out in front big, 32-7. All right, welcome back. Final 25 seconds of this one. North Augusta just taking a knee. backup quarterback Nico Williams, and the Jackets will improve their mark to 1-0. First win of the season for them, starting the year off on a good note. Lakeside falls to 0-1 to start the year as North Augusta wins 32-7. 32 unanswered after Lakeside scored early on. And Matt, tonight it was the defensive line of North Augusta and then their playmakers making plays.
Yeah, absolutely, and just, stand out like we said. They got really good players in the secondary, at the linebacker position, and also on the defensive line, and they really showed up tonight. Their key players being on that defense, on the defensive side of the ball. And then on offense, they are kind of learning what kind of team they're going to have this year, and they were still able to put up 32 points. So a lot to learn for both teams after the first game. They'll be able to kind of work it out and find out, what they're really made of week 2 when they make their biggest adjustment of the season after their first game.
In just a moment, we're going to go down on the field with Stephanie French with the victorious head coach Brian Thomas. Also, we'll let you know who our offensive and defensive players of the game are from McDonald's. We do want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, in addition to McDonald's and Doctors Hospital. I want to thank Orange Theory Fitness, sponsoring the Orange Zone, the Augusta Pain Center hit of the game, Augusta Auto Auction with all of our sideline reports, Doctors Hospital, the instant replays. Also, Ken Nugent, One Call, That's All. East Georgia State College, our Scholar Athlete of the Game sponsor, and also Fairway Forward, our coin toss sponsor. I want to thank all of them for helping bring you high school football right here on WJBF. And waiting to see if Steph has Coach Thomas. We'll find out his thoughts after his team rolls to a 25-point victory over Lakeside here in Columbia County tonight. Nice way for the Jackets to start the season. And if you're Lakeside, you're finding out it was a pretty good luxury having Rashad Roundtree, Stephon Husa, Nick McGee, Joey Schaefer, B.J. Raymond and company last year. And those kids now gone to graduation.
But like with any team, you figure it out, and then you rally around and find out who your leaders are going to be, and then you follow them for the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, North Augusta, some bright spots. The running back looked good for them. Tavion Price, I was pretty impressed there. And they've had a history of having great running backs. And he doesn't fit the mold of the big physical guy that they've had, but he looked good tonight at times running the ball. They've obviously got some playmakers on defense. Aaron Maddox stood out with 2 interceptions tonight. And, of course, their star, Rashad Bird, stepped up and made a big play early to kind of set the tone for the game. Well,
and then a guy who's going to make plenty of plays, but, again, a lot of the success on the back end comes from the front end. Joseph Mouzone doing a really good job of just basically making it a stalemate, if not winning his battle pretty much each and every time tonight.
Well, and
really opening things up for Rashad Bird and then Aaron Maddox to be able to, make plays. Yeah, make the plays on the ball.
And they also brought him in, remember, on offense at fullback. And you're talking about a 6'2", 290-pound fullback following the quarterback through the hole. He's going to push him into the end zone.
Well, and he's most importantly, he's going to get in the end, or he's going to get whatever they have to get. Like, they practiced a little bit having Washington under center, and then that was fairly successful. But they know when they need a yard, they know exactly where they're going to go. They're going to put Bird in, and they're going to hand him the ball.
Absolutely. Next, we head to a fun place, do we not?
Yeah.
Washington Wilkes hosting Lincoln County.
Last time it was
they roll out the red carpet, man.
There was sirens going on. I don't know if we were in trouble.
It's small town Georgia football, baby, at its best. I think they're telling us to take a break here. And we'll be back. When we do come back, we'll have Coach Thomas and the players of the game coming up as Lakeside falls to North Augusta 32-7.